Imagine discovering that the most important war in human history was never fully explained to you, that what you learned in school, what documentaries showed you, and what history books repeated for decades was only a carefully selected version of the truth. For more than half a century, governments across the world locked away millions of documents under the strictest secrecy laws ever created. These files were stamped classified, top secret, eyes only, not to protect the past, but to control it. Only recently have many of these files been declassified, and what they reveal is deeply unsettling. Hidden wars before official wars, decisions that sacrificed entire cities, experiments that crossed moral limits, lies told not to enemies but to citizens themselves. This is the story of World War secrets that were buried for decades, and how their release changed everything we thought we knew. According to official records, World War II began in September 1939. That date appears in textbooks around the world. But declassified British and German intelligence documents reveal that the war had already begun months earlier. Covert sabotage operations were already underway. British agents were quietly destroying German supply routes. German intelligence units were operating inside British ports. Financial warfare was collapsing industries without a single shot fired. This was a shadow war, invisible to the public. Governments knew that announcing open conflict too early would cause economic collapse, panic, and mass migration. So they delayed the truth. The date history remembers is not the moment the war truly began. It is the moment governments decided the public could finally be told. One of the most celebrated moments of World War II was the Allied invasion of Normandy. For decades, it was remembered as a victory of overwhelming military power. Declassified Allied documents reveal a different reality. Large portions of the invasion force never existed. Entire fake armies were created using inflatable tanks, wooden aircraft, false landing craft, and carefully scripted radio transmissions. These phantom divisions were placed where German spies were known to operate. German intelligence fully believed the deception. Hitler moved his strongest forces to defend against an invasion that would never come. By the time the truth was discovered, the real invasion had already succeeded. One of the greatest military victories in history was won through illusion rather than force. The atomic bomb ended the war, but it also created a secret governments tried desperately to hide. Declassified documents reveal that scientists already knew about radiation's long-term effects before the bombs were dropped. They knew radiation would cause cancer, genetic damage, and birth defects for generations. This information was classified. Leaders feared that public opposition could delay the war's end or weaken political authority. Even after Hiroshima and Nagasaki, radiation deaths were officially denied. Medical staff were instructed to list causes of death as unknown illness. Survivors were silenced. Research was restricted. The full truth emerged decades later as classified files were slowly released. One of the darkest secrets involved a decision to sacrifice innocent lives to protect intelligence. British codebreakers had cracked Germany's Enigma encryption system, allowing them to read enemy communications in real time. This advantage was priceless, but acting on every intercepted warning would reveal that the code had been broken. So sometimes leaders chose to do nothing. Declassified records confirm that some bombings were allowed to happen deliberately to protect the secret. Entire neighborhoods were destroyed. Thousands of civilians died, not because help was impossible, but because secrecy was considered more important. Declassified Soviet archives revealed the existence of psychological warfare units designed not to fight enemies, but to break their minds. These units operated silently at night, leaving behind symbols, altered environments, and disturbing signs meant to suggest supernatural forces. Enemy soldiers reported hearing footsteps without seeing anyone, seeing lights that vanished instantly, finding camps mysteriously rearranged. Entire positions were abandoned without a single battle. program was buried after the war due to ethical concerns and fear of exposure. World War II almost did not end when history says it did. Declassified military plans revealed a proposal known as Operation Unthinkable. The plan involved launching a surprise attack on the Soviet Union immediately after Germany's defeat. Even more disturbing, it included rearming former German soldiers to fight alongside Western forces. Enemies were about to become allies overnight. The plan was rejected at the last moment, but it remained classified to protect post-war diplomacy. Had it been approved, the world would have moved directly into another global war. Millions of prisoners of war were believed to have vanished without explanation. Declassified files revealed the truth. Many prisoners were secretly transferred to labor camps long after the war officially ended. Records were destroyed to hide the loss of control. Some prisoners were discovered decades later, still believing the war was ongoing. Families were never informed. Names were erased. World War II governments did not only fight with weapons, they fought with experiments. Declassified documents revealed early testing involving sleep deprivation, fear conditioning, sensory overload, and chemical exposure. These experiments were conducted on soldiers, prisoners, and civilians. They laid the foundation for later Cold War programs. They remained classified not because they failed, but because they worked. Economic records released years later exposed corporations that secretly supplied resources to both sides of the war. Banks funded enemies simultaneously. Manufacturers sold equipment through intermediaries. Profits flowed quietly. These companies were protected by secrecy agreements. Most were never punished. Some still exist today. The final declassified secret is not about weapons or battles. It is about history itself. After the war, governments agreed to control the narrative. Some events were exaggerated. Others were erased. History was simplified, not to educate, but to stabilize a shattered world. The version of World War remembered for decades was not entirely false, but it was incomplete. World War II was not fought only with bombs and bullets. It was fought with secrecy, manipulation, and silence. And only now, decades later, are those secrets finally coming to light. History is not finished. It is still being revealed.